Just today, actually, we're delivering to a large school, Paul, that you won recently, where we helped them save a considerable sum. That school, I don't know if you want to give us an introduction, not necessarily name the name, but talk about the solution, talk about what you've done in there, and just give an overview to our listeners, please.
Yeah, so it's a private school. Probably, I don't know if it'd be relevant to name drop at this moment in time without their permission, but it's a private school in the Guildford area. They had a very aging fleet of machines, so we got in conversations with them maybe 9 months ago now. So it was a fairly long period of time in comparison to how these things usually pan out. But we got in conversations, we were patient and we were led by their timeframes, and so revisited it at the start of this year. And on our first investigations and going through their fleet, how much volume they were doing, they were paying an absolute arm and a leg for machines that they were getting very little value from. So we put forward a number of options to bring them up to date, improve not only the print and quality aspect of the equipment, but also their security, any vulnerabilities on the network, improve their print management, and all goes hand in hand with reducing cost, reducing paper reliance. We've dropped in some new aspects, for example, follow me printing style, so they don't have to necessarily print to a specific printer. It can just be print onto a queue, and then that job can be released at any device throughout the school, which they absolutely love. It's gone really well. So as we speak,
that rolled out today, didn't it?
It's being rolled out today. Our guys are still on site. It's quite late in the day now. I think knocking on for 5 o'clock, but they're still there, making sure it's all up to speed and everything's ticking over nicely. The reason it took so long was they wanted to do it at a certain point during obviously summer, half term and stuff. So there was less distraction and less issues internally. But yeah, a fantastic win for Landall.
And that's a contract style whereby it allows them flexibility, doesn't it, through terms, closures of school, etc., where they're not contracted to minimum volumes.
Correct. Yeah. We wanted to highlight some of the issues with their existing agreement, and maybe some of the niceties and unfairness of it, and we've put in a very transparent, very easy contract for them to understand, where we simply provide a pay-as-you-print basis.
Yep.
So that way they're not charged, for example, when the school is shut.
Yep.
Because we're seeing a changing world and volumes are dropping, but schools still print. They are changing their methods slightly with the introduction of handheld devices in some cases for children, so they're not solely reliant on printouts and workbooks and stuff like that. But having said that, there's always going to be an element of a huge demand on paper. And it's unfair to be charging schools when they're closed over summer and things like that I have seen in the past, where some suppliers will commit them to minimum volumes and such. So it's always schools is maybe a separate category from commercial or corporate businesses because of the how they run and when they're closed and things like that, and it's not always a straight line in terms of average volumes.